Hey everyone, we're the Violet Reality. I'm Casey Rain.
I'm Kim Camellia.
And welcome to This Week in Print, episode 10. Last time we can do the hands, 10.
Yes, we need 11 fingers now, but yeah.
Thank you for staying with us for 10 episodes.
Yes.
We love you guys very much.
Yeah.
Let's crack on with the show. So, first of all, let's talk about the vault.
Yes. So, Prince's estate turned down Jay-Z's offer of $40 million to buy Prince's vault, and we think that that's the right thing to do.
Yes, we do. So if you remember from our previous videos, there was an offer made for the rights to Prince's unreleased music. Londell from Prince's estate tweeted not long after that it wasn't true. This week it came out in the news that actually they had to turn down this deal. Which is the right thing, because that's not enough money. I mean, Come on, the vault is the vault. It's like, the biggest unreleased music catalogue in the world. Like, it's worth so much more than that. So kudos to the Prince estate for not accepting, a lowball offer. We'll see what happens, but I think eventually it'll go for a lot more money than that.
Yeah, I think so. And it will be in the right people's hands.
So, unfortunately, that is not the end to the Tidal story. So it seems like both Tidal and Prince's estate are now suing each other. If you want to read all the gritty details, I'm sure we can link in the description, but it seems quite messy, both sides suing each other. The estate saying that Tidal do not have the rights to stream all of these albums that they have been streaming, all these Prince albums that they put up in the last year. Tidal saying that they do have the rights, and that they'd agreed this with Prince before he died. It certainly seems that Prince did have a good relationship with Tidal up until his passing. I mean, Black Sweat Live from Piano and a Microphone was uploaded to Tidal literally just 3 days, I think, before Prince passed away.
Tidal was the only platform that all of Prince's music was on, and Prince had this thing where he had the purple pick of the week thing. Do you remember that? Where he had like these playlists or songs, and those were on Tidal as well. Yeah,
but of course that doesn't mean that he had signed any long-term agreements with them. Tidal, are suggesting that he did. The estate are suggesting that he did not. Either way, it's probably going to get a bit messier before it gets any better, so we'll keep covering that story for you, figure out what happens. We don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, bit of a messy situation. Moving on to something completely different, some of Prince's properties on the market.
Yes, there are 3 houses in Chanhassen, and one of them is a lakeside house, so that's quite cool. The other ones are a bigger house that has, I think, like 5 bathrooms, and then there's a smaller house as well. So if you have the money for it and you would want to live in a house that Prince previously owned, then, well, you can look into them. But yeah, they're on the market now, and Prince owned them, and I think there's one house that he actually owned for a couple of years, and there's some of the houses that he owned for a less long amount of time. But yeah, Prince has had quite a lot of property under his name.
Yeah, as you know, Prince did have a huge amount of property. Most of it, doesn't probably make sense to keep it. Obviously, they're keeping Paisley Park. Obviously, they're keeping the Purple Rain house that we found out after Prince passed away that he actually had bought, and they're keeping those for cultural legacy reasons. The other stuff, that they have bills to pay, and they may as well put these properties on the market to sort that thing out. So we're going to put the link in the description about that if you're interested to see some pictures and whatnot of those properties. So yeah, those 3 of those properties are on the market right now.
Yes. Alright, then moving on to something really, really positive, and something that we're looking forward as well in our record stores that still exist here in the UK, is that Forever is on the shelves already in some countries.
Yep, so as you guys know, the official release date isn't until the 22nd in the US and the 25th in the UK. But some naughty stores have put it on stores early. They've obviously received their stock and thought, you know what, we're going to sell it now. So, there are rules against that kind of stuff and embargoes and kind of stuff, but, for anyone who has worked in retail, sometimes you just want to sell stuff. And if, it's the difference between making some sales and making some money for a business, then they're probably just going to do it, which is what some businesses have been doing. So some lucky people have managed to get their copies of Forever already from these record stores.
So we've seen some sneaky pictures of the booklet of it, and I think we actually posted it on our Facebook, so if you want to take a sneaky look at it, if you can't wait any longer, then just go on our Facebook, and we have made a post that you can see the pictures that are in the booklet.
Yep, so by the time we get to next week's episodes, we'll have our hands on it and we'll be able to show you. Yay. So that's something to look forward to.
Yes. Alright. Then we I think we told you that we did a podcast with Transatlantic Rebels, and
Yes, that came out this week as well, yeah. So we mentioned before the podcast we recorded all about Prince's amazing album Come, super underappreciated album, 2-hour podcast we did. That's in the description. Link is in the description. If you like that album as much as we like that album, actually we love that album, because we can talk for hours about it, as we just did, then click the link in the description, listen to us talk, and Jessel, the host of the podcast, for 2 hours about the fantastic album that is Come.
Yes. Alright, so speaking of Prince albums, guys, you know what happened just yesterday, the 19th of November. Emancipation turned how old did
20 years old. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I remember seeing that album in stores when I was a little kid and thinking, wow, that's interesting. It doesn't have a name on it.
That album is older than me. It's 1 year older than me.
Yeah. So, fantastic album, Emancipation. Yes. Prince once described it as the album he was born to make. 3 fantastic discs of material, all clocking in at exactly 1 hour. Yeah. By design, which is an interesting thing to do.
Yeah, and not released under the name Prince, but under the symbol.
Yes. So let's talk about it. So here it is, Emancipation.
Got the symbol on the front.
Fantastic 3 discs. Yeah. 2 singles came out from Emancipation. We had Betcha by Golly Wow, the first single. B-side, Right Back Here in My Arms, another song from I love from Emancipation, one of my favourite songs. Oh yeah, the album Prince symbol. The album symbol was born to make it. Says on the back of it. Welcome to the tour. And inside, cool picture. There's actually another. Was it this one? There's one that came with a poster. The poster is up on one of our walls. I think it could have been this one. Maybe this. There was 2 CDs of it, I think. Anyway. Yeah. The other single. Also, there was a double CD set of the single, and this is one of them. It's The Holy River. Yeah. This one, the B-side, was 3 different mixes of Somebody, Somebody. Another fantastic song. Definitely worth getting this single for the live studio mix of Somebody, Somebody, which I actually prefer to the album version. It's got like live drums and some of the live orchestration on it, whereas the original song is obviously all more programmed. The live studio mix is like fantastic sort of combination of what it says, live and studio, so it really grooves that mix. If you haven't heard that mix, check it out, Somebody Somebody live studio mix. This one actually, oh, it's broken. Oops. It came with some cool prints of Prince.
Like little picture prints that you can hang up if you would know I've left it.
So yeah, that's cool.
Like hang them up above your desk or something like that. But yeah, so the album contains so many more gems as well, like Joint to Joint, and then
my God.
Joint to Joint is just
Face
we've got
Down.
Face Down, Face Down.
In This Bed I Scream,
yes.
dedicated to Wendy and Lisa. The Love We Make, fantastic song that you always played, seen and performed that many times. Dedicated to Wendy's brother Jonathan Melvoin, who passed away that year of a heroin overdose whilst on tour with the Smashing Pumpkins. A very tragic story. It was amazing that Prince wrote a song about that. Sex in the Summer, great song. I love a lot of the jams on the 3rd disc, like all the really like dancey up-tempo stuff, like New
awesome.
World and like The Human Body and stuff like that. And obviously the title track, Emancipation, classic. One thing that I really love about the Emancipation era is how much promo he did for it. We'd never seen that amount of promo from Prince before. It seemed like he was on every talk show and every TV show and even Oprah.
And there was a little spot for the album actually. I hope you guys have seen it if you've watched the video. Have you seen the little TV spot that Prince did for Emancipation? If you have, please tell us that you loved it as much as we did, because we just think it's like he's just saying all these lines. It's just amazing. It makes us giggle still to this day. Yeah.
Some fans back in the day collated all of the video appearances into this bootleg DVD set, Freedom. So Freedom Part 1. Freedom Part 2 and Freedom Part 3.
And then,
now, obviously, don't spend money on buying these. You'll be able to download them. We don't support buying money for bootlegs. But it's a fantastic set that has all of these TV appearances, like the Today Show and Emancipation videos and the Brit Awards and the Rosie O'Donnell show where he did Somebody, the interview with Chris Rock, that was a good one, the Holy River on Top of the Pops, all that kind of stuff.
And what you should show is that what it does when you put the 3 DVDs together.
So whoever did the artwork for this was quite cool as well, because if you look at the spines, I don't know if you can see that, it like makes a little
picture. And it's the picture that is the poster that was in one of the singles
that we just mentioned. Exactly. One other cool thing from the Emancipation era, the picture book.
Picture book. We'll quickly show you some of the pictures in it.
words and pictures, so it has lyrics to some of the songs. Not all of them, because it would be a much longer book.
It would be like massive, like a table book.
But a lot of them. Look at that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
This one's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on in this one. Like two princes playing a game of Jenga with each other.
Playing Jenga with Prince.
With himself. Yeah.
It's like,
And his shirt and tie. Like, I don't remember ever seeing Prince in a shirt and tie before I saw this picture.
it's
like,
a rare, it's a rare situation there.
Yep.
Well, obviously you play Jenga in your shirt and tie. I mean, that's what you do.
Of course.
All right, so yeah, that's the picture book. So yeah, if you have it, then you should definitely tell us, because it's quite nice to like see what memorabilia everybody has.
So Emancipation, fantastic era, ended sort of on a very tragic note, since a lot of the album was about his marriage to Maite and her being pregnant. They lost the baby, as most of you guys probably know. You know, their marriage ended a few years later, and so a lot of the amazing material on Emancipation, Prince rarely revisited, probably because it was, you know, very close to you know, that whole situation of his marriage and losing the child and all that stuff. It was probably very difficult for him to return to some of that material. But you know, that said, it remains you know, a landmark in Prince's catalogue.
Classic, definitely.
Because there's so much material on it, it's you never get bored of it.
It's really diverse. It's like you go from like ballad, like slow songs, to really, really up tempo jams. It's just like, yes, we want this. And every time you listen to Emancipation, like you can listen to some of the tracks in the background, and then there's this jam that comes along. It's just, we just love it. It's just amazing. It's just great. And
from a fan's and a consumer's point of view, the 3 discs of Emancipation came out only a few months after Chaos and Disorder. So in that sort of end 1996 period, you got 4 discs of new Prince music. So who else does that? Name another artist who does that. And they're all good. Like, other artists might do it, but they might suck.
I think there's that thing where, you know, Emancipation, the title is like, because he finally broke like the contract officially with Warner Bros. After 18 years, and so he was able to release album after album after album like he had always wanted to.
Exactly.
So he didn't have to wait.
Exactly. So, almost wrapped up this week in Prince, but you know that what we like to do at the end of every show is show you some cool new stuff that we bought. So, check it out. Here we have an awesome poster that we bought and framed of Jesse Johnson's review. And another cool poster for the 1-800 New Funk album. Check that out as well. We need to get a frame for this one.
We do, yeah. We don't have enough poster frames yet.
Awesome stuff. Next week, you know what the thing is going to be at the end of the episode.
No, what is it going to be? I have no idea. What's it going to be?
And that wraps up episode 10 of This Week in Prince. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's important to share.
Definitely, yeah.
We like hits.
Yeah, we do. And we really, really, really appreciate all of your support, all the nice comments that you always leave us, because we really like reading your comments and seeing like what your thoughts are on the different things that we talk about.
Yep.
Yeah, so the Prince community of all the fans all over the world is so nice and so supportive, so thank you so much for that.
And we'll catch you next week for episode 11.
Up to another 10 episodes. Bye-bye!
Bye.